Hello everyone, hope you are having great day today. I am Dr. NIVEDITA. I am a gynecologist, obstetrician, gynecological endoscopic surgeon and fertility specialist. Today we are going to talk about adolescent in very brief because adolescence is a very vast topic. What do you mean by adolescence? Adolescence is a period between childhood to adulthood which is a very important period for the growth. Today we'll see why we want to study the adolescent growth, what are the changes in boys and girls, what are the complications can happen and how we can treat them. So let us see why the adolescent growth affects the adult growth. Because during the adolescence growth, if the growth is stunted, if there is a development of any diseases, some endocrinological problems. So these adolescent problems can be carried forward to adulthood. So that is why it is very necessary to see that the adolescent health is properly taken care of. So let us see what are the changes in the boys and the girls. In the boys, there is a gradual increase in the height. There is a generalized hair growth all over the body, especially over the face. Also, the boy's voice becomes hoarse. These changes they happen under the influence of the testosterone, and these hormones they are directly under the control of the brain, the pituitary hypothalamus system, which guides the testicles to produce the testosterone. Then let us see what are the changes which happen in the girl's life. In the girls, the changes are quite gradual. There is an increase in the height. Then there are body curves. There is a fat deposition all over the body. The voice, the childhood voice becomes a good feminine voice, and even the breast changes they start developing. The breast development is complete by the age of 19 years. The most remarkable factor which happens during the adolescent period in a girl is a beginning of the menstruation. It is very important to have a menstruation because that is a sign of the womanhood, and that also indicates the intact reproductive system like the uterus and ovaries. Supposing if the girl do not have the menstruation by the age of 15 years, so then it is something serious to get investigated. The parent should take the girl to the doctor that why she is not having menstruation, whether there is absence of uterus, absence of ovaries, or there is a thick hymen, or is it because of the hormonal problems like a thyroid or hyperprolactinemia. So we must investigate. So besides menstruation, then the problems can be if these girls they have the vaginal infection, we call it as a vulvovaginal infections. So these infections also should be treated in time, otherwise these infections can traverse inside and it can spread up to the uterus, which gives to the pelvic inflammatory disease, which will ultimately lead to the infertility when they grow to the adulthood. Also there can be ovarian cyst, there can be endometriosis, or there can be malignant tumors also, though they are rare. So that is why it is very important to monitor the health of the girl during the adolescent period. So what are the complications can happen in a girl's period? So as I already mentioned, there can be menstruation problem, and there can be infection, there can be cyst, and if there is anemia, the growth is not properly done, if she remains very lean or she becomes very obese, then there is a possibility of developing polycystic ovary, which is a grave problem nowadays. So that is why we have to prevent these complications happening. So how we can help these adolescent girls not to have any problems, because these problems can be a result of problems during the adulthood. So these are how we can help her. So first of all, the diet, her nutrition is very important. So we have to see that her diet is very balanced. In the diet there is a lots of vegetables, there is a pulses, there is a dairy products, and she should take proper diet. She shouldn't be missing any meals. She should not develop anemia. In our country, anemia is very rampant. Anemia means the hemoglobin is the percentage of hemoglobin is very less. So we had to have the proper hemoglobin concentration. So that is why the diet is very important. Besides diet, she should be exercising so that physically she can develop well, her height can also grow, and there is a proper proportion in the growth. So diet along with the exercises and sleep, they are very important things in the girl's life. Also, we have to see that there are some vaccination given during this adolescent period. In the childhood, the pediatrician is always giving vaccination, but again in the adolescent period, two minimum vaccination along with the other hepatitis and other vaccination. The rubella vaccination, if we give a rubella vaccination during this time, so that will prevent any abnormality happening when she is going to have the child of her own. So that must be given. It is a single dose to be given. The cost is not very high. Any doctor can give. The another vaccination which is available to these girls is a cervical cancer prevention vaccine, which is also readily available everywhere. So the girl should be given this vaccination. There are 3 doses. So if you go to any gynecologist, so they will give you. So these vaccinations will help the adolescent girl to prevent the rubella infection, and also the cancer prevention will be done. So these are the basic care to be taken during men's adolescent, and also the society should take care of the adolescent girls. Both boys and the girls should be given a proper education. Nowadays there is a lot of awareness in the school. There is a sex education. The boys and girls, they are given they are taught physiology during reproductive years, and the complications also. Then it is now time to even educate the society and the boys to respect the girl and to avoid any sexual abuse. So this is very important. If you take all the care during adolescent, both the sexes, boys and the girls, so then they will grow into a mature human being. They will be physically fit, free of diseases, free of any other problem, and then they can face the world in a better way. So thank you so much. If you have any problems, you can contact me. In further videos, we will share other things about the adolescent. So thank you for listening. Thank you.